remember me? I'm that guy that you laughed at constantly all the time. Cause I'd hold supplies, measure boards and lights, and put the brake on my safe, I was boarded tight. And now look, when it's dark and dark, you can't get online or look about a start a fire. Don't suck up to me, I know what your heart desires. On my survival rations, fashion, spare parts and pliers. Damn, I got the tools that you need, so for expertise to me they run. So living my life as a hermit had benefits. Now about time that I had me some fun. Pick up a pistol, I'm pinning the walls, biting my fist and I'm breaking their jaws. The bigger they get, then the harder they fall. Shouldn't brag, but I knew I was right all along.
They laughed and rolled their eyes when I hoarded gas and stockpiled supplies. One little societal collapse and wow, tell me dad, who's laughing now? Cause now we're ridden, well I'll be getting a riddance to the miserable existence I was so sick of living. You just here to kill time, and we're for my time killing all the bitten idiots who didn't sit up and listen. I don't miss it, I never was the chatty type. Ain't saying I'm okay with genocidal parasites. World burns but it's spinning and we yearn for rotisserie. That worm turned life to a deadly kind of paradise. Clean us off them up in the surge, throw a Molotov clock into buckets of blood. I was up and getting prep and you were up in the club. It's my turn for fun, you can run but I told you so.
Come to call and the darkness descends at the end of it all's where the party begins. Yes, we're sad you were mauled, but it's hard to pretend we're not having a ball as we carve through your friends. So get busy running, but we saw it coming. You thought it was funny when my haven't had a gun in. We were talking now, but you were marking all the warnings. Now we found you busy killing, written to be honest. It's awful to gloat, even so we just hope that you know we told you so. We told you so.
Used to always tell me I should check my head, you're mental. Now the bodies have been left for dead, not vengeful. But I'm gunning like an FPS, no dental. This ain't covered by the NHS. Metal to the heart like a pacemaker. I don't need your stupid money, that's just waste paper. I'm a game changer, call this grave dangers. And they waking up 28 days later. Ain't nobody care about the Facebook status. Know that I've been practicing with space invaders. Village breaking bread and I've been staying hidden. I could be the one to light them up, cause man I hate my neighbors. I shoot my zombie mother, no I wouldn't even hesitate. I left my room a mess, but now I got no need to decorate. I don't even care about these better days, cause now I'm shooting all my shots at tall boys like the NBA.
Boy, mate, this is what I've been waiting all day for. What me whole life before was full play for. I'm a full flavour, natural boom labour, with a great flair for a poorly behaviour. Rule breaker, and there's no lawmaker. No rules to break, so I break your face, bruh. Swapping for a footprint, so trader. Knock through the wall like an ex-door neighbour. I'm bloody sick of all these Joe labours. I'll blaze them like a bit of old paper. Fuck you a Millwall and the wake ups. In the morning you'll be lucky if you wake up. Craig skulls in the old days down in Bermondsey. Now the whole world's on a murder spree. And there's nothing to do but disturb the peace. But better not smash Clary on me Burberry. Has the day come to call and the darkness descends at the end of it all's where the party begins. Yes, we're sad you were mauled, but it's hard to pretend we're not having a ball as we carve through your friends. Now I never dreamed I'd become a cleaner, but I had a brother to death and a bag of heater. Better shoot these parasitic random to the ethers, and I just a planet as a freaky for my leisure. It's awful to glow, even so we just hope that you know we told you so, we told you so.
Welcome to the Lucky 38. Glad you could make the trip. The crowning jewel in the oasis of the Vegas Strip. I'm Robert Edwin House, the founder of this place of rest, a haven for the wayward. That's to say, if you can pay the rent. Understand that if you try to stop my plans, you'll come to harm. I ensure that every bandit standing here has just one arm. I eschew the grandeur, built a land for all that's free from smarm. But show your hand, I'll flush you out straight down to the farm. You blunder in and wonder if a bunch of chips can run the strip. 100 twits with guns and clips have tried their luck and lost the bet. I funded it, I'm one with it, so watch your lip or run the risk. Cause if you're here to plunder it, you might just end up under it.
Hit them, you can fold them, stack the deck and weigh the dice. All that glitters isn't golden. Cash that check, you'll pay the price. Might be safer in the desert, only dust to judge your sins. But those who wager aren't so clever, cause in heaven, well, the house always wins. The house always wins. House always wins. House always wins.
see the profits of democracy? Then go and see 'em. Across the street, a bunch of freaks are playing Coliseum. Honestly, was the world you wanted what you got to see when you were dropping crosses into boxes behind polling screens? Was dropping bombs your chosen option? Did you vote for screams? Was the apocalypse your politician's policy? Did you put stock in their prepostering and prophecy? A shining future built on squabble-free equality? That every day you'd get your plate of steak and collard greens? The human race was capable of anything but want and greed? But now that world is gone and what lived on belonged to me. That freedom you so wanted's now the cost of living comfortably. Peace is just a product with a focused test of billions, and the test was unsuccessful, so we altered its description.
Your safety now provided by the guys at Robco Services.
For one ongoing price of your unwavering subservience. Impressed, I raise the stakes, return this land to vibrance. Witness as I raise estates from mud and random violence. Business is the way to stay the bloody hand of tyrants. Convinced yet, sail and ask my buddy, Andrew Ryan. A grip of iron never tires. Head of iron, lead and wires. Neon veins and ancient spires. Pump the caps and I respire. The economy is ash, I didn't light the fire. But I can always turn a profit sweeping up the pyre.
Hit them, you can fold them, stack the deck and weight the dice. All that glitters isn't golden. Cash that check, you'll pay the price. Might be safer in the desert, only dust to judge your sins. But those who wager aren't so clever, 'cause in heaven, well, the house always wins. House always wins. House always wins. House always wins.
I saw the path, I preempted those ascending arms. My gilded heart beats forever on to mend the scars. I built an ark out of empty spas and trendy bars. Mended the families, befriended with the NCR. I raised the wasteland from a band of little fight clubs. I handle situations delicately, white gloves. I'm the chairman of the board, taxing on your survival out to murder competition, then sit back and hike the price up. Oh no, a society trapped in a snow globe. No surprises, the Raptors are no show. Undeniably tragic is no hope. The Mojave is savages, no home. And I'd like you to manage the whole show. To the glitz of the glamour and show boats. Built a patch of a man for my folio. Unofficially branded it rock. With just a pair of dice, I came and tamed these earthly wastes. I built a paradise, you might as well desert your faith. Long ago when we aimed Armageddon at those pearly gates, I used that molten gold to rebuild heaven at the 30
You can
ends.
hit them, you can fold them, stack the deck and weigh the dice. All that glitters isn't golden. Cash that check, you'll pay the price. Might be safer in the desert, only dust to judge your sins. But those who wager aren't so clever, 'cause in heaven, well, the house always wins. House always wins. House always wins. House always wins. Always wins. Always wins. House always wins.
38. House wins.
From the fire, only embers remain. The last logs on the bonfire. We should go on, sire. Things have gone dire. Pray the church has got a strong spire. I'm not pious, though I know the gods have one desire: to purify via shrines with a song of fire. Prepare to enter a harmful world of embers, of half-remembered curses darker than the worst December. Forget your Christmas card, return to sender. We never light new logs, we burn dissenters. Hurt them and dismember any wretched urchin who is too determined to surrender. Curb the temper through the nerve endings to the nervous center. I swing a broadsword at a lord of cinder and swipe left and right quick as if I'm bored of Tinder. And all it takes is tinder to scorch a wall of timber. The more you try to hide the stink, the more it lingers. Like trauma, muscle memory and sores on fingers. It'll sting more than sticking splinters in your sphincter. Mortal men prepare for an awful winter wear. There'll be more claret spilled than an awkward vintner's wares. You'll fall hard as if I've kicked you down a set of stairs into infinite despair. So enter if you dare. Chilled fingers each rely on a spark to ignite the pyre, summon fire from dark.
Okie dokie. I have nothing else to say. Let us begin. I guess we'll start with... We're just going to go down the line. Expert all the way down. Except for Guild Hess and possibly main scenario. We're just going to do roulettes. I'm not doing reclears anymore because... Fuck that shit. Sounds like an awful time. Because it is. So my aminos are doing okay. Hi, Corian. How's it going? Island's doing okay. I could do with some more seeds. Here's halted on these. I ran out of calories because I spent a bunch of them on something. And unfortunately, the game handles that with just a complete lack of grace. Now I have to go through here and fucking do all of these. It's just vaguely. Oh, Salty this week. Because this was the week the game decided to roll high on loot. For what? Reclears? I'm not doing reclears. Good. We're not that far off from the 24-man being a thing, and there's better shit to do with my time. Yeah. Yeah. Got a Brian and a Shine this week. Congratulations. I am in the boat of... I would need... I think... Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, I would need 3 more weeks of reclears in order to get an upgrade, and just fuck that. Why is Care halted? Mischaracter. I hate that they just fucking break. If you run out of calories, they just fucking break, and it's super annoying. I've done it more than once. I've run out of calories multiple times. Because, I'm not very patient. I'm stockpiling calories. That's what I'm trying to do. Doing some back and forth for foods. But I wanted to, I bought a bunch of dyes and shit. So I did that. Like 40k, very nice. I had about 20 something, and then I spent them on a bunch of shit. Which was worth it. I wanted dyes for stuff, so I bought a bunch of dyes. And then I discovered that I could sell the dyes. You're holding for materia? That's what I'm about to start doing. Because I'm going to be using a lot of materia. No, I discovered that the dyes actually sell for a decent chunk, so in the future that might be a potential profit avenue. My wallet has made a bit of a recovery. It's still not back to where it once was, but I have been... My finances have been on the mend, as it were. So that's good. I'm up to 25 million again. Which is a lot better from where I was, because that was pretty low. Doing setup for workshop that I only need to check and set up like once or twice a week. Yeah. I did a really rudimentary workshop the last 2 weeks and made very little. This week I'm going to actually do like proper workshop. You see they've moved discords and stuff. Apparently there was some turmoil in the island community and they have moved discords because apparently someone was an asshole. Which, you know, that's a good reason. I have been plugging away at my dailies now. After I took a little bit of a respite from fucking grinding shit in 14. Guild leader apparently was taking credit for the work they were doing despite not actually contributing. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Nope, that hurt. That often be how it be. They do put a lot of effort into that, like, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I am hoping to stockpile some stuff so I can buy materia. I've got a decent amount of materia right now because I bought a fuckload last time I was buying materia. So hopefully I'll be okay. Also gotta love having to handcraft stuff for subs because no quick sync for some items. Yeah, quick sync. It's like I'm a peasant. I have to make everything by hand. Beast Tribe's coming along, though. Having to do, that's a lot of crafts. 162 individual crafts is a lot. I do not envy that. I have to take my truck to the dealership on Thursday because it's got problems and I need them to be fixed. Hopefully it's not going to be expensive. And also hopefully it gets fixed in one day, which if it doesn't, that's going to suck a lot. Like a lot. Because it's the only way I can get to work. My choices when it comes to going to work are either drive myself or I have to get like an Uber. And I'll tell you right now, I don't make enough money to fucking Uber to and from work. Like, that's expensive. I looked up the rough price of how much it would cost. So like in the morning to get to work. Well, I did it from work to my house. Where I live, because I live near a fucking college. Usually really expensive. It'd be like fucking $30 in order to go to work. Yeah. Because public transit is literally not an option. It doesn't exist. So, if my truck is out of commission for more than just Thursday, then I'm not going to work on Friday. I've told my boss already. I'm like, yeah, listen, like I'm taking my truck in. I don't know what's wrong with it. Whatever it is like it's not good. I've done Uber for a few times. It costs like $10 at most from my house to work. But the problem is I live almost 30 minutes away from my house. It's like a 15-mile trip from my house to work. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. And here's the other thing. Like, God only knows how much it would cost to get home. Because I'd be leaving work at 7 o'clock. It's probably going to cost more than $30. I make roughly $110 a day at work. So, like, it doesn't take much to just wipe that out entirely in terms of, like, income, you know? I'm probably going to actually do Frontline today. I haven't done Frontline in forever. We'll just kind of see where we are. Frontline's not high on the priority list. I'm doing this for the whatchamajudges. The astronomies, not the causalities. Fuck you. No, there's a vibration off the rear axle on my truck. And it's like, it's pretty pronounced. Like, it's not subtle. And hopefully, like, there's just a wheel that's, like, out of balance. Because that's a pretty easy fix and shouldn't be too expensive. But there's a lot of things that it could be that aren't that are very expensive. And my wheels just got balanced, so either they did a really shitty job balancing my wheels, the place where I got tires put on, or there's something wrong. I don't know. That's why I'm taking it to the dealership. If I knew what was wrong with it, I would probably pursue fixing it myself. Excuse me, but I don't. I'm taking it to the dealership. Also, in my experience, you generally, if you have a car that's not an American vehicle, you generally want to take it to the dealership as opposed to a mechanic's shop when it's a mystery problem. I was talking with one of the mechanics I work with, and he told me about how one time he had a similar issue with his because I have a Toyota pickup truck, and he also has a Toyota pickup truck. And he had an issue with it where there's ball joints on the front of the truck, and they were acting up, and he kept taking it to a mechanic shop, and they were like, I don't know, seems fine, nothing seems wrong here. And then he took it to the Toyota dealer, and they're like, yeah, this shit's all fucked up. Because the mechanic just wasn't aware of, you know, the tolerances and the specifications that it was supposed to be at, so they just were like, yeah, they're there, so it's fine. It's like, no, it's a Toyota. It's a bit better made than that. So anyways, I'm taking it to the dealership because that's what I do when my truck is not working and I want it to be working. Otherwise, I would take it to some podunk fucking mechanic shop or do it myself. Me taking it to the dealership is the, this isn't working. I need it working. So I'm gonna have to pay. Fingers crossed that Thursday is not just a horrible shit show. Because that would be nice. And if it is a shit show, then you're probably going to hear about it. In other exciting news, my Orsia encyclopedias came in. They're right there. Right above my finger. I'm looking forward to slowly getting more and more of the books that are related to 14 because I'm gonna be honest, I am basically a mono gamer at this point, and that just be how it be. I do kind of wish 14 had, like, better merch, though, because a lot of the merch sucks. You get your fancy hat? I did get the fancy hat. I'm pretty sure that Vieira can't wear it. Like, I'm like 80% certain that they can't. So that's a thing. Good neck pop. Hold on. Is Corian online? Let's find out. You were in a Damn, I can't teleport into a residence? That's annoying. Teleport to the mist like a peasant paying? God. I don't know why I wanted to come here, I just did. So now let's do 90. I want to do it on Monk. Oh no, let's do an alliance on... I wish I could dye this skirt a different color. Anything. I have a different Reaper Glam kicking around. I had one. I'll have to show you the 14 merch I imported last month. Oh, you imported some shit from Japan? That's bougie. Maybe I just need a new Reaper Glam. I'm kind of tired of these pants. Let's play what's in my inventory and will it work? No. Well, time to not play Reaper correctly. Yeah, maybe it's just the US merch for 14 is kind of weak, because it is. Which is weird, considering that the US makes up most of their player base. But, you know, no one ever accused Square Enix of having good business sense when it comes to their US market. In fact, I'm pretty sure I accused them of the opposite a lot. Change the color on this. That is a very tall Lalafell. I will be first, and I will pearl the boss. I don't fucking care. It wasn't even me that pulled the boss. Fuck yeah. Which one was the side? Rear side. Right. I deemed you what I bought. I'll have to look at it here in a second. Also, Corrine, I will warn you, or I will inform you. It's not really a warning. That I have been resisting the urges to make spousal-based jokes. Mainly because none of them have been funny. Actually, that's the entire reason. It's because none of them have been funny. I think you've watched me stream enough and have been around me enough to know that if it's actually funny, I am just going to say it. I keep forgetting to use the stuff that's over here. I need to rework that. I'm really bad about forgetting to do gluttony. I think I would need to do a bar similar to this that I do for Monk. Which is kind of my, like, stuff I'm hitting not infrequently, but don't really want in front of me buttons. I got a good chunk of 14 merch. One of them was expensive. So how did you go about doing that anyways? Like, what was the, Oh, this is bad. I wasn't paying attention. But just, like, get it off of eBay or something? Or is it, like, fan-made merch? Oh, that's fucking cool. I want the whim chime. That's so dope. I don't know if that's what it... I don't know if that's 14, but I really like the wind chime. An angry bunny. That's good. Aitakuji. Isn't... That's like one of those websites that people use to import Gundams, isn't it? Like, I think I've seen it around. It's been a long time since I've looked at stuff like that. Having money is dangerous, because I have money, but I don't really have a lot of money. They have a bunch of the Japanese exclusive stuff. I'll have to look into that. I mean, I shouldn't, obviously, you know. Clearly, I should just not. I hate that we're standing over here, by the way. Oh, God. I'm stupid and forgot what my button did. I forgot that it was a dash, not a fucking tackle, because I am just kind of dumb. He said as he just neglected to use Gluttony again, because he is kind of dumb. Why is the boss over here anyways? Like, what the fuck? Most of the stuff I've bought either through Square Enix or Barnes & Noble for the books. See, I ordered the books from Square Enix. Although I could just get them through Barnes & Noble. Like, there's at least one Barnes & Noble near me. I used to shop at Barnes & Noble all the time. I had to stop going in there because I own too many books. I may not seem like someone who reads a lot, but I read a lot. Like, I have literal boxes of books downstairs. I don't have anywhere to put them. Like, the books on these two bookcases, these are two, you know, decently sized bookcases. It's not like they're an earth-shattering number of books. But there's a decent number of books on them. I don't think you can buy one of the merch items I own. You can't buy anymore because it was limited time collab. Yeah, probably not. I do. Oh, I don't know if you were here when I was showing off the keychains I bought recently. Corin, have you seen those? Because I don't think I've shown you them. They're pretty good. I got the really fancy Citizen Watch collab. I believe I know what you're talking about. Yeah, these, I bought some keychains. You're gonna have to suffer through me getting them off of my microphone. The $400 watch. Yeah, I think that was available in the US. I saw it. It was very limited though. Like even more so than the Japanese thing. I know I'm just making a horrible racket right now, and well, it's just how it is. Alright, I'm kind of fucking stupid. Yeah, let's do the Square Enix site. I got this. It's a fatter cat with a knife. And my personal favorite, and I know you're wondering what could be better than a fatter cat, it's a Namazu with a gun. It's just a Namazu with a gun, which is great. It's so fucking stupid. The Namazu with a gun is my favorite, I will just admit that. I buy a lot of stuff off of Etsy. Someone's character is making really weird sounds. I think it's this guy. Like it's like, rawr. Kind of strange. It's weird to me how some characters' voices are just so much louder than others. I've always thought that was kind of bizarre. Anyways, I want to be like right here. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Lalafell. Some of the Lalafels are just so loud. DMV a sticker and keychain you bought a while back. Ah, fuck yeah! I bought an Ulda. Those are cool. I bought a patch. It's the symbol of Ulda with the scales, and I haven't decided what to put it on yet. I have a number of patches that I have that I have them. I really like them. I have not put them on anything because I don't know what I want to put them on. And it's not even like they're on permanently. Like I know how to sew. I could just take them back off. That's not a big deal. Ow. Have I shown you what I have on my car keys? Because I'm confident I've shown you. I have I know I've shown, I think, the ring that I wear every day. I wear a ring every day on this hand. But it's a I also have an apron that I bought off Etsy. It looks like one from the Craftsman set. That's pretty sick. No, it's a black ring, but it has the monk symbol on it. It's very subtle. Big fan of it. But no, on my key rings, I think I've shown it before. It's the, I'll show it here in a moment. I'm honestly really glad I got a near raid. I really wanted to do a near raid. I would have preferred the other ones because I want some stuff out of them glamour-wise, but you know, it's all good. Think about wearing it to FanFest, but I need to go hunting for a shirt that matches the one in game. I'd have to look at, but isn't it just basically like a white blouse? Not a very like fancy one. I haven't looked at it. It's been a long time since I used that. Yeah. Honestly, I'm always looking for more jewelry because I'm a big fan of like ring. Oh my god, I don't know if I don't think I've said this joke on stream. That just reminded me of something. Because, like, I really like jewelry. Like, I like necklace, I like rings, I like accessories like that. That's my favorite. I used to wear a lot more stuff. Like, I used to wear a necklace all the time. I used to wear multiple rings, and I've since toned it back. But, when I was thinking about accessories, my brain went, yeah, like, you could get your ears pierced. And I remembered a joke I made the other day. I was at work and I looked at my manager and I'm like, you know, I'm thinking about piercing my ears. And then I paused and looked at him like, Let me give you the full rundown rather than what I just said, which was just like butchering a joke for no reason. Which is, I'm thinking about piercing my ears with a shotgun. Which was funny as shit. And also, they were not prepared for that. Not the whole suicide joke thing. I make those jokes all the time. I am predictable. Like, those jokes are not uncommon. The piercing my ears with a shotgun joke, that was the fucking funny part. I'm sure my family would hate it if I pierced my ears. But I'm also buying a motorcycle, which I also know that they will hate. So, you know, whatever. Oh god, Corey, if I buy a motorcycle, do I put fucking weeb shit on the motorcycle? Is that just what I do? I think that's what I do. It'd have to be subtle weeb shit. When you're like, probably one of those, put like a decal on it that's one of those if you know kind of deals. That's why I like having the monk symbol, because it's one of those like, if you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't, it means nothing. You know, it's just a thing. A lot of dead people. Cool, we out of here. Need to rehang my fatter cat with a knife. I had to wait. I would like to point out that I've been waiting on these two keychains. I've waited like most of a year for them because I really wanted the Namazu with the gun and the fatter cat, but they were unavailable. They were out of them, so I had to wait for them to be available again, and then I bought them. Get over there. No, but on my, oh god, on my car key, I said oh god because I smacked my keyboard and I was afraid it did something. I think I've shown this before, but this is the keychain I keep on my car keys. And it's hard to see, it's hard to read, because it's done in the, the 14 writing style, the weird writing style they have, but it says Four Temps. And it's got the House Four Temps logo on the bottom. The little horse. Whatever head. I am still impatient. Let us away. That looked dangerous. But I was too busy rubbing my eyes to be concerned about it. I really like that. I always wanted the House Four Temps necklace, but like, one, they were just hella expensive, and two, you can't get them. I'll have to look at the, the web. Can you link the website that you ordered stuff from? I mean, I'm confident I could look it up, but like, I'm lazy, so I don't want to. Yeah. Add a new tab. Go, go, go. I'm gonna sidestep, try not to get hit. And I did not. Good shit. Yeah, it's good. I love this fight. It's so much fun. This is not news, though. I'm pretty sure everyone here is aware how much I like this fight. Through these guys as fast as we can. Oh, I'm tanking. Oh, okay. I don't know why I was tanking, but I was. Classic. We're making really good time on this. I say that, but we hit 75% on that, so that's not that's not great, but like we've been doing pretty good time on that. Otherwise, that guy's dead. And the thing is they're gonna die twice. Unless they get healed up super hard right now, they're about to die again. They'll be okay. Ooh. Back to it. Ah! Oh, that person was wearing a Minfilia outfit for a second. It was hard to tell from all the people. I have that outfit. I don't use it, though. Because it, you know, low-key kind of sucks. But it's also really good all at the same time. If it was dyeable, I would probably use it. It's very nice of the arms to have started front this time. To save us all the headache. Series, I would like Final Fantasy XIV, a critically acclaimed MMO. I always forget how much stuff there is. Like how much Japanese merch there is for, you know, for just things that we don't have in the US because the market's different. Very danger close to the boss, as one does. Shipping's a bit expensive because overseas. Yeah, I've actually gotten, I've ordered stuff from Japan before. No, the two Zoids that I have, I ordered from Japan. And back then it was cheap as shit. It was like $40 per Zoid with shipping, which is insanely cheap. Unfortunately, I cannot target Ingles while I'm facing my camera down. Oh yeah, I keep meaning to talk about, I've been watching an anime, also limit break time. I've been watching Descendants of a Bookworm, which I was told to watch quite a while ago. I'm like halfway through season 2. It's pretty good. It is not the best anime I've watched this year. I think that's still Arte. That's just a really good anime. It's pretty good though. Keep forgetting that I'm in Group B. Used to being in Group C. Ah, fuck yeah. I will actually use this if I get it. I have some ideas that I would like to try. We have a monk? We don't have a monk. I'm getting it then, because I rolled 99. Fuck yeah. Watch me have 2 of them. I have 1. No, I've been wanting to get a lot of the Yohara stuff, because I have ideas for it. Actually... Damn skirt. I have an idea for that. I have no patience. Let's go! I'm also not very good at playing Reaper. Woo! End it fun. I am pretty tired, so I like every now and then I'm like, just say something, and I'm like, yeah, I should, but I don't know why. Oh my god, what is this thing? Is just tearing through everyone. Like, how many targets did it just go through? Jesus Christ. Ah, good. Here come the big arms. Good. There's just not a lot to say about this. Kind of because it's not that hard of a fight. I've done it God knows how many times. You know, it's just not that remarkable, frankly. I do hate this part. Like, mandatory downtime. Not my favorite in any fight. I mean, like, in any fight, I don't like mandatory downtime. Okay, we're back to it. We're fighting the boss again. That being said, still a really big fan of these fights in general. They're just a lot of fun. Ow. That was just rude. The boss should have known I wasn't watching his cast bar to do a mechanic. I do, like, I kind of hate Shadow of Death. Maybe I'm just a bit spoiled since, you know, ow. Because Monk, you know, Monk doesn't have a targeted debuff anymore. You could really use Tank over here. Just saying. Like, Monk's debuff, or Monk doesn't have a debuff, they just have buffs that apply to themselves, other than the damage over time. So you, when you swap targets, you don't have to fucking add it again, which I've always found annoying. God damn it. I said God damn it, but it turns out that Soul Reaver has just this humongous goddamn timer to it, so it was fine. So that was surprising. I'm so used to Monk, where I don't have to put fucking debuffs on people. And also, where my abilities have a really short timer. And if I miss the timer, then I just miss out. Reaper is fun, though. I do wonder about why, like, Reaper's one of the selfish DPS classes. So I wonder why it's not a stronger DPS. I actually wondered that for quite a while. And my theory is because it's just not that hard to play. That, or all the people who are just really, really good at playing DPS just play different classes, which is also really likely. Well, because some of its burst damage is affected by the party, yeah. Oh, fuck. I hate this part. Just waiting. Still a great fight, but like, I will forever hate mandatory downtime in fights. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Need on everything that I can. I do have both the cards, which is why I'm going to need on them anyways, because fuck everyone else. I have both of those. I don't need that. I do not need that. I actually have all of the Orchestrions from here, which is very surprising. I think that's actually extremely surprising, because it took me forever to get them. I'll tell you one way you can tell I'm very tired when I'm streaming, which is the amount of time I spend propping myself up with my arms. I do that a lot when I'm streaming and I'm tired. Ooh, I like that outfit. Cool. We did Alliance because DPS was in need and I wanted to do DPS. So now let's do level 90 dungeons. Yeah, we'll be a healer. This healer is in need. And it's always good to do in need. Oh, look at that person over there, having to manually craft stuff. Must suck. I thought I just... Are those the gloves? They are the gloves. What? Not what they look like in the picture at all. Oh, fuck yeah. Haven't done this dungeon in a hot minute. I'm just really glad I got this and I didn't get the end of the story dungeon that I can't remember the name of. So it's nice to be in a dungeon that I haven't run a million times recently. The Red Mage just said they were a master healer. I asked them if they would, if they wanted to heal and I could just DPS. They haven't responded, but I would absolutely do that. Like, you know, for the memes. We're gonna have any handcraft crypto lumber and pure titanium plates is a pain. You make 81 of each, Jesus. Nine of each per part. Fucking A. I really want to just let the fucking Red Mage be the healer. It's so tempting. But it would take a really long time, and I'm not actually going to do it. But it's tempting. Yeah, there is some stuff in this game though that I've wondered why they don't just let you, you know, do quick synthesis. Because it's stuff that's really easy to craft. I just aggroed the boss and then pulled the tank into the boss arena. Got through a full stack of sap and half a stack of coke to make these. Jesus Christ. That is a lot. The coke especially is expensive. That's just a lot of, that's a lot of Grand Company turn-ins. Oh, so I did something crazy the other day. I went and finished one of the books of Skyfall for a monk relic weapon from Around Reborn, and it reminded me of why the fuck I didn't bother to finish those. Because oh my god, are they annoying? They're horrible. I mean, it's super easy because I can just one-shot everything, but like, it's such pain. Yeah, but it's worth it because I'm looking at 29 to 30 million profit if the parts sell after I make them. Jesus fucking Christ. And here I am over here trying to sell off crystals. Hey, if I play my cards right and my crystals either sell right, as long as they sell for the prices I'm listing them, I'm going to make an absolute fucking killing. I love the part where he just leaves on a rocket ship. That's so funny to me. Yeah, I don't know specifically how much money I'm looking at, but it's a decent chunk. Gotta list finished part for 4 million apiece because that's what the going rate is according to history. Are there any listed right now, or is it a kind of an empty market? Because I can't imagine a lot of people are making and selling airship parts. Last I checked, there weren't any listings. Healing at this level is so easy. Only a handful across the server. You mean the data center? Yeah, the data center. That's what I would assume. I'm kind of jealous though, because you basically have a stable in-game income using the submarines, and that's a rare thing to have. Because I always I make my money in-game in bursts. Having a stable in-game income sounds pretty sick. I also don't have the patience for that. Even salvage is really good, yeah. Because you're not even having to fuck with the market board for that. You're just selling stuff to vendors to make the money. So it's pretty stable. Honestly, that's probably the only stable income that actually stable income I can think of in the game. Only a bit of RNG, yeah. Because just about everything else involves selling to the market board. I mean, I'm running the ever so lucrative, and I say that with all sarcasm, stable income of 40,000 gil a week off of, it's 7 million in October with subs. Yeah, I'm fucking jealous. It will take some time before you get you know, an ROI on that, but that's kind of where I'm at right now, though, in terms of sitting on crystals. Like, don't let my current crystal count fool you. I've probably got close to 15,000 of a lot of crystals. Not a lot of them, but of several profitable crystals. And I'm gonna sit on them price-wise. Like, I'm not gonna be lowering my prices. Because once the next crafted gear tier hits, I am going to be making... they're gonna sell. That's usually how it goes. That'll be good. It's not going to be a shit ton of money, but it's going to be money. I am trying to keep an eye on crystal prices, though, because every now and then you'll have someone who just, like, they just crash on a server, and you can get them for, like, sub 10 gil a piece. And I'm trying to buy them up when they're at that price, because it's not uncommon for them to spike back up to like 80 gil a pop. And if you can buy something for 8 gil and sell it for 80 gil, that's just a shitload of money. Like, the profit margin on that is huge. And because of how crystals sell, you know, because you don't buy crystals in stacks of like 5 or 10, you buy them in stacks of like 1,000 usually. So, you know, I can turn something that, oh god, you know, cost me like 80,000 into something that nets me like 800,000, which is pretty dope. Made the money I spent on getting the parts for salvage farm back last month. I think the parts I'm making now only cost me like 2.5 million because I got most of my stuff through vendors and used deals. Yeah. Fucking Wraith players, lol. Honestly, I'm glad that we're perpetually running Seal Sweetener, because you do a lot of stuff throughout the day that gets you Grand Company Seal. Speaking of, I keep forgetting to run my priority seal allowance. I should have turned it on when I started playing, but you know, better late than never. I'm mainly using my Grand Company seals to net me, like, you know, pay for my retainers, pretty much. And and some other things. Actually, my Grand Company seals pay for my retainers, and it pays for my repairs. Is the big things. Also, I need to sell off my cordial, because I can buy hard cordial now with the, one, I just don't use cordial that much anymore, because I have so much goddamn GP. But two, I can buy high cordial from the Island Sanctuary, which would free up GC seals for other things. I need to see which one is more profitable, though, because I can buy dyes and stuff from the Sanctuary, and some of those dyes sell for a decent chunk of change. You know, nothing's selling for, you know, some amazeball amount, but they're selling well enough that, like, I should probably look into which one is more profitable. Is it But I should clean out my cordials, because like I don't see a reason to keep using normal cordials when I can buy high cordials, and that doesn't even that expensive. But I am going to be saving up for materia, because we're going to need a lot of materia soon. That being said, I have a metric truckload of a couple of materials. I go through seals so much. Yeah, I've been burning through seals. Because I never use, like, I don't know about you, I don't use Grand Company seals like 1 or 2 at a time. It was 40th on Ada for Maelstrom for October. I don't understand what you mean by that. What do you mean by that? Is there a ranking thing for amount of seals required? How does one check that? I wasn't aware there was a ranking. It's on Lodestone. Well, how does one check that? Because now I'm curious where I fall in that category. I mean, I haven't been exactly turning and burning on seals, but... I do make a non-inconsiderable chunk. I'd be surprised if I was top 100. I'll have to look that up now, I'm really curious. But first, we have to kill the boss. And then I'll look it up. Just kind of want to know. I do, one of the reasons, I really stopped streaming roulettes because I find I don't have a lot to say about what's going on in roulettes, you know? I'm not sure I have a lot to say about what's going on in most of the content in this game when I'm actually playing it, though. Also, I am most likely going to play with trains on Saturday. Alright. But I should be back in time for stream. I'm planning on being back in time for stream. I stayed late last time. I'm not planning on staying late this time. Go on your character homepage. Yeah. That being said, if my truck isn't fixed on Thursday and I end up missing work on Friday, I'm going to be trying to go to work on Saturday. In which case, I won't be going to play with trains. I will just be going to work. I am very tired. And I am looking forward to going to bed. Went through 415k seals last week. Fucking yay. What were you turning in for that? Granted, if you're running roulettes, you make a decent amount of seals. Yeah, let's see. The Lodestone. Oh, I didn't realize they'd updated the character pages. Those look neat. Let's see. Oh, we achieved rank 121 in the monthly free company standings for Immortal Flames. That's impressive considering there's fucking 2 of us. And the month before, we achieved rank 381. Oh no, wait, that is for today. That's weird. No, for last month we achieved rank 73. Wow, we've been slacking. Anything not tied down in roulettes. What? Anyways, I need to go turn stuff into the Grand Company, speaking of, because I have too much stuff in my inventory. We're all over the place in terms of free company standings. We're Adamantoise. You have all this stuff that it's saying, and I have none of this stuff. I don't know, I guess I just don't do anything noteworthy. Just grabbing anything and everything, turning it. Yeah. And that's what I generally do. Like, I want the top. I don't think I want... Yeah, I don't want that. I want the gloves. No. I want pants. Yeah, actually, I'll take those. Is there a skirt? There's not a lot of skirts. I have, like, no achievements, so that's depressing, but whatever. But I guess it only tells you if you're, like, high enough up in the ranking. That's boring. Eh. Way? I have time for, like, another thing. These... Alliance raid is so fucking time-consuming. We'll do a 50, 60, 70. Because I think it'll be the best time to profit. One of the big downsides to doing roulette stuff when I get home is the absolute lack of fucking time I have to actually do them in. Oh my god, I have not done this dungeon in forever. Like, I forgot this dungeon existed. It has been literal years. He was saying, I was thinking I don't recognize this place. Yeah, it's been forever. It's kind of fun to be in a dungeon that I just haven't been in so long. This is the bright side to roulettes, is when you actually get stuff you haven't seen in a long time. Normally it's just the same shit over and over and over again. It's part of one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of Alliance. It's just usually Crystal Tower. Like, I'm genuinely like, God, it's because it was Stormblood, which was damn near 4 years ago, and I haven't been in this dungeon, I think, since it was part of the current, you know, current expert. I have glamour stuff from this dungeon, though. Like, I'm pretty sure I have glamour items from this dungeon. I'm like 100% certain. It's a chest piece. It's on my retainer right now. I haven't been using it in a while. But it's a really good chest piece. I have to run either the 69 dungeon or never even at some point to get a body for the contest. What contest? I'm always out of the loop. Like, I don't have enough fucking time to be in the loop on shit. What are you talking about? Screenshot contest is on the lodestone. Oh, that's a bad. Okay, we're good. Cracked Hanya mask. I don't remember what the fuck that is. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I would like to have that. I would like to sell it. You see, I never go on the lodestone, so I just don't know things. There's a prize of a Great Serpent of Ronka parasol. Very tempting. Or a physical glass pumpkin. Is it like an IRL prize? That's interesting. Yeah, either an IRL prize or an in-game one. Why the fuck would you want the in-game one if you can have an IRL one? This seems silly to me. I feel like we're making decent time here. Yeah, this was back when they still were really bad about not putting dyeable shit in. And then I think they realize that people fucking hate it when you can't dye something. Because people don't like it when you can't dye shit. It's not great. I pretty much explicitly at this point do not keep items for glamour if they're not dyeable. Like anything that's not dyeable just gets labeled as clutter and then thrown away. This is the dungeon that ends with Yojimbo, isn't it? I think so. Don't quote me on that. Thanks for dropping that on me. What is it? Tactics Ogre Reborn. We celebrate the upcoming release of Tactics Ogre Reborn on Friday, November 11th. We're holding a screenshot sweepstake. Dress up as in Tactics Ogre themed gear found in 14. I don't know what the fuck that means. Submit a tweet and tweet a screenshot of your character equipped with either Valurian or Xenovian body pieces which were recently made dyeable. They made them dyeable? Patch 6.28 from the eligible submissions will select 11 random winners. Okay. Interesting. So it's basically a raffle, but you have to submit a screenshot of yourself to enter. Can one of you dickheads roll on this stuff so I know whether I'm getting or not? Also, I need to sell on all these orchestrions. I need to extract materia. I forgot that was a fucking huge AoE. Like I said, it's fun being back in some of these dungeons. I actually really like the 50, 60, 70, 80 roulette. Basically the expert classics. I really like that. Also, I am dying because the tank died. Never mind. That's a big pull, and I wasn't paying attention at all. There's not a lick. I'm sticking with my I forgot trash pulls used to require heals statement that I just put in chat. Like, I'm sticking with that. Because I think it's true. I did forget that you used to have to fucking try on healer. God, those were the days, weren't they? Me fighting Heavensward White Mage habits, right? Like, the healing stuff I used to do on White Mage back during Heavensward and Stormblood and shit, they're just so overkill nowadays. You just don't need to put that much effort in. It's kind of a bummer. Like, I think they've made healing easier in some stuff to try and make it more approachable or something, but kind of fucking boring if you ask me. You could throw Regen and Medica too and be fine. I think you're in trash. Yeah, no, I would just throw Regen and then Holy spam, and that was it. You didn't even do anything else, just Regen and Holy spam. And that would sort you through most stuff. Yeah, healing used to be so different. I think them making healing easier was a bad thing. God, it's been a long time. Like, I remember this fight, but it's definitely one of those years old memories. Too bad you don't get Gil for this. That would have been fun. I got some of the stuff. I have been a little sluggish on turning stuff into the Grain Company recently because I've been focusing on getting my D-sets leveled up. And I just haven't been running that many dungeons. But now that I'm working on relics, I'm significantly increasing my intake of garbage. Keep running out of inventory space? Yeah, I know, right? Like, look at my inventory right now. I will point out though that I have it set to put all items directly into the inventory first and not into the armory chest, which I find is a really nice sanity thing, because basically I just too many foods and dyes. Oh god. That's like my first two tabs. Although this tab is full of fish. It's full of fish because those are all the fish that my retainers gather. And I keep them there so that way I don't have to, whatever is in need fish-wise at Grand Company, I pretty much have. Could sell some pure white. I have, because game keeps giving it to me. You lucky fucker. Game never gives me that stuff. Game only gives me ones that are not worth anything. You have 11 pots, that is a lot. Do I have that Orchestrion? I don't. Well, here's hoping I get it. And I'm going to commend you. It's always worth commending people because you get Gil for it once a week. And also, you do get So if you're leveling, you definitely want to get your commendations done every week because it gives you like a third of a level. I mean, it's not much. It's like a quarter of a level, but it gives you a shit ton of XP if you do the commendation stuff. It is a pretty cool jacket. I would, if that was dyeable, I would wear the hell out of that. I have way too many comms. I don't get many commendations. So I dip out fast. No. When you give commendations, there is a challenge log for giving commendations. Besides, I'm going to bed after this anyways. I'm gonna run a trial and then go to bed. Roll, fuckers. Sitting at 4,000 comms? Yeah, I don't even think I have both the commendation achievements. We're gonna skip leveling because of time. Everything fucking hurts. It's so irritating. Work is exhausting right now because there's fuck all customers, so I just sit on my ass for 9 hours and it's the worst. Correction, I sit on my ass for most of 9 hours, and then some dickhead comes in to disrupt it. And I fucking hate it when people just like, you get like one person every 2 hours. It's just miserable. I would rather be slammed all day than be slammed for half the day. Like, it's just obnoxious. Yeah, the only one I didn't have was Alien Onion today. How am I on stuff? Oh, I need more dark matter. Give me dark matter. There. Dark matter. I like how in these lower level things, I'm like so out of place looking at the moment because my glamour is not, you know, it's not like an adventuring gear. I got my shirt, I got my backpack, and I got my skirt and boots. Why did they come out with so little hit points? Did someone just AoE them on accident? This is great though, because this is going to be a real easy, however many combs. Yeah, the challenge log, there's a challenge log for you giving commendations weekly. And it gives a decent amount of XP. But when I level stuff, I tend to try to do that. I never wait for me to get commendations. That's not worth it. But I always give someone a commendation so I could get the challenge log. In my experience, if you're waiting for someone to give you a commendation, they're probably not gonna fucking give it to you. God. Part of me misses the days of these fights being current. trials and stuff have changed so much. It not necessarily for the worse, and not necessarily for the better, but a lot for the better, honestly. Like, there's been a lot of improvement. Vortex weapon coffer. No, I don't need that. Here you go. Yay, I got 1,000 gil. It's 1,000 more than I had, and it cost me nothing. Sweet. I need to get this shit out of my inventory. Wait a minute. Actually getting condition procs out of workshop for once. Nice. I like how the one time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go back to the goddamn FC hall. Corian's inside of it, so I can't teleport to her. Okay, let's clean out my inventory. I like how I've divided up my retainers. Basically, anything that I'm willing to sit on goes on one of the other two retainers. Anything that goes on this first retainer is something that I want to have sell quickly, and I'm going to undercut, like, aggressively. Like, I'm not even listing these because it's selling at cost, so fuck that. And then I'm gonna go in here. Yeah, I'm just losing my ass on these Glio Aethers. I've been sitting on them for so long, they need to go away. You don't have leftover mats with this. Nice. That is nice. Make sure everything here is really, really aggressively priced. I'm selling off my tier 9 materials right now, but I'm hoarding all of my tier 10s at the moment. Made as much as I needed? Yeah. So, this thing isn't selling, and I think I'm done fucking with it. Yeah, that's not selling. I'm not fucking with it anymore. Golden Silk has crashed super hard since I last looked at it. Procs are nice because less materials per step. Yeah. I will undercut my own retainers, and I'm just not bothered by it. I don't fucking care. Ooh, those prices are juicy. Fact, this back. That sells for 150, 180. Yeah, fuck it. Goodbye. Sell that. Also still have like 326 pure titanium ore left over from what the subs brought back. So you've got a decent chunk. Where are the wind clusters at? Wind clusters have crashed. That. So we're gonna list... Who am I on? I'm on Azine, yeah? Fuck out of my way. I'm on Sella. Okay, so I need to price differently. Who am I selling against? Okay, they've got an S in their name. And a T. Why is this one on top? Interesting thing to note is that the, Ooh, yeah, this is promising. Interesting to note, pull this stuff out of here because I'm going to list a bunch of lightning clusters right now. I'm listing this in small quantities, that way it's more likely to sell, because I want to... Ooh, that was a mistake. I'm going to do 500. I want to get this 100 gil in while I can. I think the price dropped a tiny bit. We'll have to double check. Let's check the prices on these other ones. They've... Oh my god, look at the fire cluster. That's weird. I'm not selling the fire clusters for enough, honestly. Am I selling these on anyone else? No. What about lightning crystals? Lightning crystals... My lightning crystals are really competitively priced right now, so I'm gonna leave them. These materia, though, fuck that. They're coming back. The ice clusters are really down, so I'm gonna pull those back. And I'm gonna do these fire clusters. I've sold a lot of them already. I'm gonna raise my price on them to 100 though. 100 for 1,000. Oops. Because that should still sell. The smaller quantity means the final price is going to be less for the person buying it, but I'm going to be making more. That being said, I now need a fire cluster. Where are fire clusters a good price? This is going to take a second. Well, that's thinking. The real problem is happening on Ezine right now. These are not fucking shifted. Why am I selling these? I'm gonna keep these for now, actually. Okay, well, this goddamn thing figures its life out. Let's look through here. But the water shards have been sitting for a while. Oh, the price isn't terrible, but we're going to lower that to a 91 for the water shards and try to get them to move. Pretty much any crystal that I'm selling for in the 90s, I'm going to make a fucking killing. I don't think 2,000 is a good listing number for them. They don't seem to sell very quickly at that quantity. Yeah, see right here, I've undercut myself. No, I think 2,000 is a bad number. They don't seem to sell well. Let's drop this down to 80. I'm gonna match my own price on that. Universalis is not working at the moment. Well, that's fine. I'll check up on it another time. Yeah, it's been up and down the last few days. Fire shards. Had a server failure? I'm expecting this week of these fire shards will probably sell. I have a lightning crystal for 32. And then there's me. Like, I love going in here and it's like, oh, look, mine. These are all mine. I'm undercutting myself because I'm a fucking psychopath. Like, what's the logic? Who knows? Who cares? This one's is wonk right now because this dude has so many water clusters listed. But the thing is most, I don't know about you, but like most people don't have a clean 9,999 to buy off of. Which is, I think, why the 1,000 is a much more popular price point. I've listed 8,000 here because of some reason. Where was it? Oh no, it's right there. I was looking at it wrong. You clean my retainer listing out at some point? Yeah. I'm gonna go above this. I'm gonna do 40 and then do 1,000. I'm gonna do 2 of those. And that should sell. Most of this, I don't know exactly, but basically all of these crystals I buy for less than about 40 gil. Usually like less than 50 average, but honestly, I'll take a loss on some of them just if it keeps the fucking money flowing in and out. That's not that big of a deal. If you want to know like a reference of where I'm at on crystals, every single one of these categories was capped last Thursday. I had 9,000 of every single fucking crystal type. If you're curious where I'm at, most of them are currently on the market board waiting. So it's not like they've instantly become money. Sometimes they're hot. Sometimes the market on crystals is just incredibly hot and they just fucking move. Earth shards is a very... Oh, earth shards are rebounding. Holy shit. That is useful. I'm going to take these back because, like I said, I think the 2,000 point is just not great. I think 2,000 as a listing isn't great. 500 is a primo listing. I sell a lot of that. We're going to list for... We're going to do 87 and then 500. I tend to do the 1,000+ listings when I'm like, the market has crashed on some other server for crystals, and I'm just trying to clean them out to stock up. Which is why a lot of these are 2,000s, because I did that recently. Let me look at the fire shards. Because unless I see... Yeah, Ozine's selling a lot of fire shards right now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so most of my fire shards are still on the market. Not great, but it is what it is. This one is... What is Ozine selling fire shards at? 90. Well, I'm gonna bump this up to fucking 80. It's a weird dance that doesn't make any sense. Can you check how pure titanium ore is doing? Yeah, give me a second. Let me throw some stuff on my retainer. I don't know why I keep closing that and then opening it back up, like, because I still need to do stuff with it. I'm gonna hold onto the gold silk and all this materia. I'm just gonna go ahead and stockpile. I need to clean these out because they're just trash taking up space. Pure titanium. So the ore is sitting at 9,500 for the lowest, but the average is really around 9,800 right now. So basically 9,000, between 9 and 10 is really where it's averaging, because people are not going to be buying this one when these exist. But that's typically what they're selling for, is around the 9.5 to 10. Yeah, that's where it's sitting at. What's the plate go for? It goes for 49. All right. How many does it take to make a? It takes 3, and then coke. I need a calculator. Move, damn you. Pure titanium ore. We're gonna go with 9.8. We're just gonna do a clean 8,000 times 3, and then coke. Takes 382 times 9. You need anywhere from 3 to 9 plates per sub. Well, actually, because I was just doing the math on the profits. So currently, the plates themselves. So the plates themselves are currently profitable if you were just to buy this shit. How often do they sell? They sell just about every day. Oh, there was a huge gap right here, though. So the plates themselves, honestly, you could buy pure titanium and coke and then craft it and sell it as plates and make a profit right now. I don't think it's like a 10,000 profit per ish. Which sounds good. It's not. Like 10,000 profit sounds really good, but that's a slow profit. That's not great. If they sold really frequently, like if they sold like every day, then that would be a fucking banging profit. But considering there's huge gaps in how often they sell, and they probably sell in really low quantities, probably gonna have at least a dozen plates left over when I'm done. Well, this is gonna be good for selling. It's just it's you know, it's not a fast selling. I talk like I know a fuck, and you know that I don't. Also, some people may wonder why, like, on these, I'm not just undercutting. Hey, I already sold 500 lightning crystals. Fuck yeah. Lightning shard, lightning crystal. I'm gonna raise my lightning crystal price, I think, to 40 and slip it in right there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. On these crystals, I'm really aiming for the long term, which has mixed results. These earth crystals are not worth shit. If they're what the one I'm thinking of, they aren't worth anything. Like, their price crashed so hard. Yeah, see? They're basically worthless. Because you get them from descenting for the Glioaethers, which means that the market is just flooded with them. They got down to like 2 gil a piece. Unfortunately, I lost money on earth crystals recently because of that. Like, I had bought a batch of earth crystals to sell on because they were doing really well, and then the price just fucking massively crashed and has not recovered. I'm happy I have some tempered glass left over because last I checked they were like 25k a piece. Yeah. Oh yeah, I really need to sell on my cordials. That's something I really need to do. In fact, I need to do that badly enough that I'm gonna... do I have... Let me see if I have any of these materials kicking around, because if I do, I'm gonna pull them out and just hold them. Savage might... Savage. For heaven's up. I don't have... No, I do have Savage. We'll just hold these. Because I want to sell on my cordials. I'm not using them. I've been sitting on them for a long time. The prices... Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and sell fucking 400. We're just going to sell 50. I tend to not sell in... Honestly, I want these to go enough that I may lower that price even. We'll see. If they're still there tomorrow, I'm going to tank the price and just fucking move on. I've had the same stack of cordials for like 2 expansions. I bought 99 from the Grand Company. I've never run out. As I used to sell them and make money, and I was just not profitable anymore. These I just need to get rid of. But I don't want to, because I'd like to clear those, but I guess I'm not going. Yeah. Also, I sell glamour prisms sometimes. I think I stack like 400 high cordials I'm working through. Yeah. I've only got 9 left. When I use them, that's what I'm using. Okay, I have to go to bed now, so I'm going to go to bed. Thank you all for watching. This was potentially not very interesting. I don't know. Anyways, I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one. Goodbye.